So I'm excited to cover this next weapon. Kingsguard Lance got a really huge buff recently, and it's certainly paid off. So we're going to talk about Kingsguard Lance today. We're going to look at the base statistics. We're going to look at its ultimate or its unique ability. We're going to talk about how to mod this weapon, and what the choices are in that regard. And then the use case for this weapon, who it's for, what would you use it for, why is it so strong? And then I'll give you my final thoughts on its place in the game. Without further ado, let's jump on into it. As we mentioned, we will start off with looking at the base statistic. The critical hit rate for this weapon is not extraordinarily high at 11%. It is something we can focus on, or it's something we could choose not to focus on. So even if we buff it, by 100%, and then or get 200% damage out of it, then we're only going to be looking at somewhere around 22%. So it's not an extraordinary benefit from that point of view. We're going to get 1 in 5 hits, but it will make a difference. Firearm critical hit damage 1.7%, so that is something we can boost as well. Weak point damage is at the 1% mark, so again, just a base stat, right? You can look at the rest of the statistics here, but nothing extraordinary there. Basically, it fits in with this particular weapon class as a beam rifle. Let's talk about the unique ability. The unique ability level in this one is leveled up all the way, obviously. Aiming activates preview mode. Canceling aiming deactivates it. So preview mode, when firing while aiming, deploys up to 3 units of the unique ability Guardian Lance on the terrain and consumes a set amount of ammo upon deployment. So essentially, we're putting a lance out there, and then the deployed Guardian Lances last for a set amount of time. Each Guardian Lance deals damage to nearby enemies at fixed intervals. Each time a deployed Guardian Lance is hit, its duration and range are slightly increased. So we can buff these by shooting at them, and that increases the amount of range and the amount of damage that these particular weapons will do while they are still active. We can go by and just continually recharge them to keep them active continuously and leave them on the battlefield protecting an area, as you see, right? So you can see from the gameplay that we're rolling, we put these down, we fire at them, we ramp them up, and then that damage is increased. It goes from 5 meters damage range with a 1 meter increase on each hit up to 10 meters. So now we've got a 10-meter circle where everything is being attacked. The duration is 20 seconds. We get 6 seconds duration upon each hit. So we can continually add that. The max duration is 40 seconds. So once we trigger them, shoot them a few times, we have a 40-second duration. We can go around the battlefield and do other things while these just continue to protect a particular area and kill everything that goes within that zone. This is a very strong weapon now. Certainly you can be using in Albion resource missions where you're protecting a resource. Just put a few of them out, ramp them up, go run around for a little while, come back, trigger them again, run around for a little while, come back, trigger them again, and just keep buffing them so that they are doing damage while you're off doing something else. It is very powerful. Let's talk about the mods. We are, again, focusing primarily on first getting our firearm ATK up as much as possible so it will benefit our other mods. We're getting a 61% increase in firearm ATK with a 20% increase in recoil. The recoil doesn't really impact us here. Adding rifling reinforcement gives us a further 32% firearm ATK, which is beneficial to us. And then we're also adding charge amplification, which gives us another 67% firearm ATK boost with a firearm critical hit damage of penalty of 34%, but we're not using critical hit here so much on this weapon, so it's not a significant issue. You can see from on the left-hand side of the screen, our firearm ATK is now up to 160% as far as the buff is concerned, so this has been certainly beneficial. From there, we are getting elemental. We're going with fire enhancement, adding fire ATK equal to 30% of our firearm ATK, so boosting that was certainly beneficial. So in addition to the fire enhancement, we are using superheated gun barrel, which gives us fire ATK of plus 80% and fire rate penalty of 25%. On top of that, we are using superheated plasma. When hitting the same target consecutively, increases your fire ATK by 1.6% and reduces the target's defense by 1.5%, up to 20 stacks. So we get 20 stacks of this as long as this is happening. This boosts our fire ATK continuously and reduces the resistance of the enemies as well. Makes it a very strong weapon. In addition to that, we are going for some additional rounds. We're getting 50% more rounds by using special round storage, and then we're using expanded weapon charge to give us another 49%, along with superconductive charge, which gives us a faster charging speed with the beam rifle. and then recycling genus, which gives us a reload time modifier of plus 30%. Right, so this gives us faster reload times, gives us more ammo, gives us a faster beam rifle charge time. So all of these things together are making this a very powerful build and very synergistic. You can see from the gameplay that we've shown that it is a very strong weapon, and we're excited to have it in our arsenal. I think it's a weapon that everyone should have. If you go into a defense mission and no one's there, you put these out and you can contain the situation a little bit while you use your other skills to balance everything that's happening on the battlefield. Don't sleep on it. Certainly get it into your arsenal. I think this weapon is for everyone. There's no particular, benefit of this weapon to one character or another, but it's something that you should have in your arsenal for those situations where you need to lock down an area and maybe you don't have the support to do it with other players. So this is a great weapon for that. So that about wraps up the build.
If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. We are not currently a monetized channel, so any likes, subscribes, and comments are greatly appreciated. If you'd like to support us further, you can go on in the Nexon site because we are a Nexon creator, and you can support us there by using this creator code. This will support us greatly, so thank you again for that. If you'd like to support us even further, you could go down below. It's one of the links below. You'll find the Humble Bundle link that will take you to some discounted games. That discount will be applied. We will get credit for the sale, but we don't affect the price of any of those games when you do that. Otherwise, thank you again for watching, and we will see you in the next one.